nowadays.
Hi myRockworld fans, we have an exclusive interview with Mother's Finest to play tonight in a sold-out show in Munich.
Yay!
Very good. We are, which is very nice for us. We are in the tour bus today.
Right. That's right.
And maybe we drive.
No.
To the next gig.
That's a day off, though. You don't want to do that.
So the first question to you, Joyce and Glenn. The Metafunken Physical was the last Mother's Finest studio album that had been released in 2003. Since that time you have been very busy in touring and you released a great live concert DVD and a best of album called Not Your Mother's Funk. So the question, will there be another Mother's Finest studio album soon, maybe after this actually tour?
Actually, yes. There will be finally another Mother's Finest music CD. And we're working on it through crowdfunding, which is Kickstarter.com. And it is a situation to where bands like us who don't want to deal, have been through the tragic journey of dealing with record companies who ask a lot of your career and then they don't want to give you much in return. So we're doing crowdfunding, which will give us the opportunity to go to our fans to help us fund the project so that the CD will be exactly the way we want it and it'll be awesome.
Very good.
So that's what we're doing now.
And when do you think it will come out?
Hopefully early next year.
We're, the whole crowdfunding thing is that we're going to give it like 30 to 60 days in order for us to get enough funding to actually do it. And then hopefully, especially with this kind of interview, we'll be able to raise the money and then go into the studio. And it'll take us about really a month and a half, it's about 6 weeks to actually do a great album. You know, we've continually have been writing, you know.
So there will be a lot just new songs.
New songs.
Oh, yeah,
in fact, we did a couple tonight on the show, and they were well received, which is odd, because our fans have been with us for a long time, and they really come to hear the classics, and they don't want you to play anything else that they don't know because they want to be involved. So we played the new songs, and they were well received. So we're really happy that we're going in the right direction.
Very good. Which is really awesome because you can look back to 43 years of Mother's Finest history now.
There you go.
Awesome. 43. That's what he said. And he knows. He's the historian.
You started the band 1970.
Yes.
And you're still known as one of the best live bands around, which is really true. We enjoyed that a lot tonight. You have all generations in your audience. Also very young people that attend for the first time to a Mother's Finest show. It's like the older fans. What do you think is the reason for that ongoing success?
You're so fucking cool. No.
I wish I had the answer to that because I don't really study. I enjoy it. You know, because we don't change. People change. Generations are changing, they're getting more into digital music, but see, our band is based in old school, real stuff, real sweat, real spit, you know, writing and churning it out as a unit, you see, which you don't get so much. They put a track on and everybody plays along. So I think those things spiritually and right gut, I mean, we're bringing those things into our music as well, because we are older, and to bang it out the way we're used to banging it out every night can get very tired on the voices. So those things, the new things in the digital world really comes to help us stay at our best, stay at the top of our game, which we struggle to do, believe me, because we've been together so long. It gets really rough because we're getting old and crotchety. So it's difficult sometimes to get things done.
Really?
But and I hate to use the word old, it's just that when you do things for so long, you try to bring new things in, but it becomes a little bit difficult because we change and we grow. You either grow together or you grow apart. So we struggle to stay together, and the music says who we are regardless of who we are in the daytime. At night, the music says we're still Mother's Finest from 1970.
You're right.
But I think
because it's a good thing.
I think the music is timeless. That's to answer the question directly. That we have so many people that listen to our music because it doesn't sound retro, for lack of a better word, you know. And this is the way we used to do our music back in the day. We would go and we would get in the garage, we'll make our music. Nowadays we do it on Pro Tools in our own little studio.
Okay.
Then we come and bring it all together, and then we say, okay, we think it's great, let's go see what the audience thinks.
Yeah.
And now we have the opportunity to go touring, and then we play it for them.
Yes.
So we get the feedback directly.
Yeah.
You know, so we
You're
played 3 new songs, I think, tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Love Me Too is from
Well, I
One Mother to Another.
almost consider that a new song, because we've
we never
almost
hardly played it
never
live.
played it, and I would love to do it over, because it's such a great song, and actually people in the States haven't heard that song, over in Europe maybe, because it was deep in an album, but yeah, I think it's timeless. I think and we still have all ages. We still have Dion is like the youngest guy in the group.
I knew you were gonna go there. Yeah.
Really?
Go ahead.
Seriously?
But also the other aspect, and Wizard can hold me out to this, is that the genres of music, as far as Mother's Finest, has always been the mixture, the funk rock thing, which has the jazz and the rock
You
and the
developed
funk,
it first, I
putting
think.
it all together. Yeah. There's a curriculum, I think, in Scandinavia where they actually teach a class of funk rock, which was built on
Really?
Mother's Finest music.
And you know something that I realized too, like I think one of the things about Mother's Finest music, we do use like gospel, we use jazz, we use rock, we use R&B, blues, and all those things are really cool, especially the best of it. So as long as we play the best of those styles, it always sounds, like you said, timeless.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? People are sort of playing the type of music that we play. It's coming back around again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get the Amy Winehouses, and you get other people that are like that, especially the English. The English are really getting into this retro thing. Bruno Mars. The way he does his thing.
But
He's American, but that's also Motown.
But what I'm saying is that all the popular music is not just stagnant in rap or in dance.
You're right.
It's R&B, it's mixture, it's jazz. People are playing music, and we consider that's what we play, music. And
And
that's
I think
why
that is what the audience feels.
Yeah.
And because that you have...
They also feel the fun too.
I think so.
I think so too.
The next question is to all of you.
Okay.
And let me start with the youngest
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, sure.
Who's the drummer.
Yes.
Who were your heroes that made you start a music career?
Oh man, so many. But growing up around Mother's Finest, that had to be a big impact on me, because that was probably my first introduction to music, especially up close, seeing guitars laying around, and the Mo taught me how to play guitar, or one of these guys. But Mother's Finest is definitely the obvious one. But then there's other bands like AC/DC that kind of music really speaks to me.
Here's the punch for
Kiss.
that.
And I was into Kiss. I was a big Kiss. Yeah, I was out
Closet Kiss fan.
Rock and roll all night long.
Kiss is
You
awful.
like Kiss? That was one of your favorite
But
bands?
that great 70s stuff, Foreigner, I've just rediscovered them, and they're fantastic. And bands like Journeys, a lot of melody, rock, great singers.
Okay.
Well, he's watched us work in probably 15 drummers from scratch. I mean, we would work him into the band. He'd come down when he was a little kid and sit on the stairs and pick out the best parts of all those drummers. And he's become a package of everything we've ever had drummer-wise. We've had a lot of them. They've
great drummers, too.
spontaneously
Yeah, there's some big
combusted.
Yeah.
BB was awesome.
What were your heroes to start into music?
I don't know. I guess Jimi Hendrix and Jeff Beck, and but also like Django Reinhardt is really good, and obscure guitar players. I like sax players because I like to copy the sax licks.
Okay.
Wow, cool.
And then they don't sound like guitar licks.
Saxophone.
Saxophone player. Like.
Sax.
What
was
I
gonna say,
name?
like
What is your
saxophone
favorite
player.
sax player?
Sax. I don't know. God.
Say Coltrane, you make you look really cool.
Yeah, really.
Coltrane is great. That's where it's picking somebody like that.
And
The way.
also the homie from Springsteen.
Yeah,
He
he's killer.
passed.
Yeah, he's dead now.
John.
I was always heavily influenced by female artists, so like Aretha Franklin or Etta James, and so I also feel very lucky to work with one of the best female artists in the world. But I was always into female bands as well, But along with that, like Isaac Hayes and James Brown, stuff like that. Yeah.
Is that?
You know, I always liked the song bands, like Sly and the Family Stone. Sly Stone was an amazing writer.
I thought about
Jimi Hendrix was an amazing writer. Led Zeppelin, those guys wrote great songs. The Beatles, hello. All those bands that had cool bass players and great songs, I was attracted to. The Animals, we gotta get out of this place. When I was a kid, that was my first songs I loved. Yeah. So yeah, you know, hooks and cool bass lines.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of course,
whatever.
you're a bass player.
That's right.
Me, I was influenced. I'm the oldest, so I go way back. You know,
Tell us.
I go into
How far, Glenn?
all the way to
Like,
like
I
Big
got all
Mama
this, like,
Ford
Aerosmith.
Way back.
Justin Bieber.
That was like 2
Okay,
months
let me tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. I used to live in this split level where there were a lot of people that in Chicago, and this one lady, she was an oversized, you know, black chick. I'm sorry, gray haired, and she used to sit outside her apartment with a record player, and she would play, you know, B.B. King and Howlin' Wolf, and actually some of those people lived in my neighborhood. I mean, in Chicago, I used to go down to Chess Records. So rhythm and blues was and real blues. I mean, I'm talking about like pop blues.
Yes.
Were my biggest influences. Then they get to jazz, Count Basie, Joe Williams. That's really, I mean, I can't lie. Those were the ones that I think that invented pop music, you know. And then when you get just before you get to Chuck Berry, which was like, oh my God, and then James Brown. We used to go to the Regal Theater and we used to see, I saw James Brown with 3,500 people when he was like, I don't know, he must have been maybe 25 years old, you know, and see the Motown Review. I mean, I saw these people before, you know, when they were just taking off, you know, when I was very, very young. So those are my,
But
you know,
don't make you older than you are.
well, no, don't do that.
Because you look not old, you look very young.
Well, thank
if
you.
I can say that.
Thank you. Yeah, you can say it, you know, and I'm never going to tell you how old I am. And
Shut
if
your
anybody
mouth.
else says anything,
God,
I will kill you.
You'll probably tell
I'll
them
wait
in a
until
minute.
you
You know,
sleep.
people are not slow. They can have.
No,
I
you can
know.
try to
I know.
count, but we never know. No, I'm not gonna ever really say that because you know, people will start giving you this whole thing. They'll look at you in a
It
different
changes
way.
people's
They don't have to look at me in a
You're older
different way.
than
Don't.
him.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
No,
No
I'm not.
Botox, not everything. You know?
Good choice.
Yes,
What are your heroes?
my heroes.
To start the music, just to go into music.
To go into the music. You know, my heroes were people who were different,
Okay.
who didn't play along the lines, who didn't paint inside the lines like Tina. She was quite different for a woman of color. Big throat sisters like Etta James back in the day. The Strysands, who were melodic and could sing with only the guitar, didn't have to have the full band. Or Nancy Wilson or Laverne Baker, you know, which was to the blues. And then, of course, Aretha Franklin, because she had that gospel background, and I always struggled to have the range.
Okay.
And so I've been influenced by also male artists as well, like the James Brown and the Otis Reddings. I love Otis Redding because he would go to a place nobody else was there but him. And I love that so much, which is why the band, Mother's Finest, is so wonderful to me, because they allow me to stretch myself. Always.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling for me. So anytime they're always there if I want to just stretch out and get spontaneous, which I do quite often.
Yeah.
A lot of the writing is on stage. Believe it, audience doesn't know that, but we do, because things happen there, and then they allow me to do it. So
I think you have this, what James Brown also had, this kind of improvising and
improvisation,
and everybody feels that. I think you have that same feeling for that.
Yeah.
If I can say
it
that.
can be riveting sometimes.
But you know what? James
Yeah.
Brown never emphasized. He was so well rehearsed, it wasn't even funny. And if anybody did anything that they wasn't supposed to do, he'd charge them $50, $100. So it was not
Another way
so
of
it was.
income.
So
Right.
yeah. So this is the way. This was. He practiced improvisation if he was going to do it, but he didn't mess around. He did. That's all he did when he wasn't playing, he was rehearsing.
Well, I don't really know what he did because I wasn't there.
No, he had 2 drummers.
You just enjoyed it.
Just so he could, so
I saw him with 4 drummers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Beginning of the 70s.
I
saw him with 4 drummers.
4 drummers too.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Really cool.
And they played like 4 guitar players.
That's right.
Yeah, it was so cool. 2 of them would play the line, and the other one would come on the chorus, and one would just hit him. And
Now we have a really serious question.
Okay. Please tell us a secret, funny thing about Mother's Finest nobody knows.
Mo's gay, no.
maybe tour bus secret.
Tour bus secret. What kind of secret?
Moses.
Hello.
What
was the question again?
Okay.
Oh, secret. I tell you a secret probably nobody knows is that in the early parts of the day, I was the lookout when we didn't have any money and any food.
Oh,
we'd have to go.
Don't go there. We might get arrested.
No, we had to steal food.
Are probably,
This is how long we've been together and how much we care to stay together. It's because in those days we had to survive, and we survived by the what do they call, the butt of our pants.
Being thieves in the night.
No, we were not thieves. We made it the best way we could because for some reason in our hearts and in our spirit we knew it was the thing to do. We were going to stay together no matter how we did it. So I was a lookout. So they do the same. They always make sure I don't get in trouble. Everybody else gets in trouble. So thank God we don't have to do that anymore because as the years have gone by, we've worked our asses off. And we've reaped the rewards on a lot of levels. And a lot of levels people say, well, they don't know why Mother's Finest isn't like huge. But sometimes the game is not always about that.
You're right.
It's the small print sometimes that people don't read. The beauty, I think, for us is that we are still together and that we're still able to create music. And we work our asses off still.
And you do your own thing.
And we do our own thing because we've never played inside the line. The game we were playing was tough. Nobody else was playing it, which made it kind of hard for everybody to jump on board. But that platform that we set or that journey that we laid out, everybody else is walking now. It's not like it disappeared. A lot of times I tell an audience, I said, we're the same. You guys changed.
Right.
You've come aboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get it. Now you get it. Whether they're black or whether they're white. You know what I'm saying? We got trouble from both sides playing the kind of music because the music wasn't black enough, or we were in a genre of rock music they thought that we weren't supposed to be there. You see? But we stuck it out. I mean, it was a hard game, and we were throwing lefts and rights all the time. The most important thing is that we got up there every day and we gave God His due.
I think this is also because we had a question which is any tip for young musicians that want to become a rock star, but you said it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. You have to be true to yourself.
True to yourself always.
Do your thing and work hard.
It's not always easy. Yeah. It's a tough game.
So
and you gotta have a business sense in today's society. Like musicians today, there's an attorney back in LA. And he's trying to get everybody to understand if you want to be a surviving entertainer in the business today, you have to think a different way. You've got to be your own business person. You can't just play it for the love of music and think that you're going to get paid what you deserve, because you'll get ripped off every chance you get. So you have to use your brain, get educated about business and about marketing and promotion. That's what Kickstarter is so cool for this situation that we're doing. That's going to be launched in a couple of days. But it's created a new way for bands to be able to make their product without having to give it all to a record company. You can make it first, then make a deal with a record company, and where you get a bigger percentage of what you created. So that's the growth.
And the most important thing is that we are going to do this record ourselves. We're not going to have a producer looking over us.
Well,
telling us.
We've learned from great producers too.
I don't agree with that because every time we had a producer, he's always kind of fucked up what we did. To me, we always came in there with our music. When we left, our music was not as good as we brought it to them. Especially with him. He was. I think that it's just like Crybaby. We did Crybaby better than he did it.
He's talking about Tom Werman.
Oh, Tom Werman. Tom Werman is an exception. Tom Werman was like the one. He's a little bit of an exception. But he cried because we did a song that he didn't want us to do.
He might have been.
So the myRockworld sentence to all producers: Mother's Finest don't need a producer. They do your own
No.
It
we
depends
don't.
on who they are.
So
Now, if it's-
the last thing is not a question. The last
Right,
thing is
okay.
some word to the fans, please, and everybody can say 1 or 2 sentences.
Okay.
Okay, what is it? What was the question?
It's not a question. It's some words to the fans, to your fans.
Oh. Well, there's nothing else to say, but we thank them. And thank them for bringing their kids now. So we can reap them apart. So it's all good. To our fans, I hope you continue to be our fans because we're going to hang as long as we can. And we thank you for the years, and it's been great. And, thank you very much. God bless.
Well, I hope that we can, that as a band we'll be able to continue until, the higher powers say we can't do it anymore. I think that I hope that we find clarity in what we're doing and not just sort of concentrate on the little bitty things that's really annoying, but on the things that we want to do, and for us as a band to be together and know that we have something to strive for, and getting there is going to be difficult. What we're doing is not going to be easy.
We're already there.
It's going to be difficult. We're there in the sense that we still have a long road to go, and I think that that's great for somebody who's been around for 40 years, and we say that we still got a long way to go.
No.
I think that that's cool. But I just think that we concentrate on the big things, not the little things.
Yeah, don't sweat the small shit.
The small shit gets us in trouble.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I saw a woman tonight, and I was looking at her, and I could just her eyes, and I said, "Where do I know you from?" She said, "From the last 20 years." So when I recognize fans from their eyes, that really gets me off, because when I see these people in the audience and they're looking at me and I'm looking at them right in the middle of the excitement of a song, that's a connection that's so cool. Yeah. And when it lasts through the decades, it's really it's more awesomer.
That that's even more awesomer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think we got the greatest fans in the world because of the total mixture of our fans. We got female and male fans.
Lots of women,
yeah, and that's the great thing. You rarely, exactly, every kind of mixture, everybody, and there's very few bands that can bring that kind of mixture too, the male and the female mixture, as well as every other mixture in the world, and that really it says a lot for what we do and our intent and purpose, and they bring it back to us all the time.
Yeah.
Last word comes from
the
youngest guy.
That says it all. No,
that says it all?
No, when it comes to loyal fans, these guys would know more than I do about that, but I think they've said it all. Mixture of fans. Some people have been around and they bring their kids now, and they're very loyal.
So thank you
all. We got that guy right there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, as fans go, this is Kickstarter is what we're doing currently. But to me, it's like, the more things change, the more they stay the same, because what we're doing is getting in touch with people that like us and has made us survive for 40 years, And it's exactly the same thing, It's just different circumstances right now. Our songwriting hasn't changed, It's not really a crazy thing. The record companies went out of business, but the band still sits down, you write a song, you get in, rehearse it, you play it, and you go through the thing. That hasn't changed at all for us in 40 years. And the people that come to see us know that too. They see the same spark that comes from when you put chemicals together, each person being a chemical. And they recognize that, and they've come back. And there's people out there for 40 years have been looking at us. They have long stories. Kickstarter is now just the current thing to stay in touch with them. That's why it's so exciting, because the closer we get to them, the better it is. That's what's real to us when you count it off.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, all the guys.
You.
Where is this broadcast going to?